guys, welcome back to She Equips Herself. My name is Stav.
And I'm Mac.
And we decided to do a video specifically for the ladies out there on why you should go shooting with your man. And this video stemmed from some questions I've been getting from a lot of you. And I feel like this happens all the time where I'll get the same question from a bunch of people at the same time. And so the question that I'm receiving is, how do I get my wife, my girlfriend, my daughter, whoever, how do I get them more interested in firearms? And I did a video with that title that I'm going to link here. You guys can watch that after. But this one we wanted to aim more towards the ladies. Men, you can send this to whoever you want to go shooting with you. And just give you some reasons on why it might be a good idea for you to actually go to the range with your man or your dad or whoever. And at the end, we're going to add some do's and don'ts for the men out there, because as a lady, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of things as a firearms instructor as well, we have some wisdom that I think we can share with the men folk out there as well. So the first reason why you should go shooting with the man in your life or the men in your life is because it is a hobby that you can share, meaning there aren't any limits based on your size and gender. Right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you can do for a long period of time too. You can shoot, you know, you can still be in your 70s and maybe even 80s. You could go shooting. I kind of tie in shooting almost like with golf, where you can do it for, you know, since from childhood all the way into your very latter years. So it's a great sport or a great activity for you guys to do together. And like, I play hockey. I don't know how I would. Like, Stav's not playing hockey with me. Like, you know,
I can barely ice skate.
It's not going to happen. So like, that sport is just me. And I think a lot of couples, it would be really nice if they had an activity to share, because they can tie that into so many other things. And
I think that men in general want to spend time with their lady friends, right?
I certainly do.
I think there are some men out there who do things so that they can get away. But in general, I think that men appreciate when you take an interest in their hobbies.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Guys love it when you can show them you're better than they are at something they love.
And just for any guys watching this, if you have a woman in your life and you want her to get into shooting, but maybe she's like brand new, doesn't know where to start, we have a couple online courses, but the first one that I would recommend for her is the Armed and Confident Academy, where I basically teach her everything that I learned about guns in the very beginning of my firearms journey, and I distill it all into one course so she can learn all the terms, how guns work. It's very basic. A part of the course is very basic, so that might be a good gift for her so that she can get more comfortable and not feel like she's going into this very intimidating big new thing. Another reason you should go shooting with your man, ladies, is because there are a ton of different shooting sports you can get into. It doesn't just have to be you going to the range and shooting off a table. If that's what you enjoy, then that's great. But there are so many different things that you can do when it comes to shooting sports.
Yeah, it can become like a social thing for you. You know, you can see other people and on a regular basis. Trap and skeet, I did that for years as a younger man. And that was co-ed. There was a lot of ladies that shot with their husbands there. And then there's like the same group. So if you go like skeet shooting on Tuesday night, you'll start to meet all sorts of other people. And then you can turn that into another activity, meaning like if you have skeet shooting from, say, 5 to 7 on Tuesday nights, after that you can go out to dinner and have like a date.
Yep.
And then that gets you together. It gets you, you know, with each other, spending time together at least once a week, because you have that activity. And the other thing is, it gives you a good topic of conversation.
Yeah. You
know, so it's like you can talk about what just occurred, how you shot, things you liked, things you didn't like. So it's like a nice. You don't have to say like, so what's been going on? Like, it's like,
yeah, you have something that's shared that you can talk about, that you do it together.
Yeah, and you just did it, so everything's fresh.
Yeah, which goes into something else I want to mention. It's important, I think, because there's so many different aspects to shooting, to find out what interests her about it. For example, Mac is very into ballistics and like numbers, and I think you call yourself a ballistics nerd. He loves talking about that stuff. And sometimes when he goes into detail, I try to listen, but it's like, my brain can't absorb it. So if you do go shooting with a woman, and I just think it's important to understand what interests her. Like for me, I love to talk about like the tactics, and like we'll watch active self-protection videos together, and I like to like go over all of that. And I just think there are different aspects that she might be into. So even if you take classes together, try to find what interests her. Maybe she's more into the medical side of it, and you can take like a trauma class together or something like that. But there's so many different topics under the umbrella of firearms that you can figure out what she's into and go based on that. I think I kind of just melted another one into.
That's an excellent point. I mean,
there's
just so much. I mean, there's pistols, there's rifles.
Yeah.
There's long distance rifles. There's like 3-gun. There's trap ski.
She might not like long guns, but maybe she loves pistols.
Right. Then there's just shooting for fun, just enjoying, just not even doing, just going to the range and just being together. Like there's all sorts of options there.
Yeah. And speaking of classes, ladies, this can be a great opportunity for you to take a little trip with your man, because a lot of classes are maybe in other cities or other states.
Yeah, we've done that. You know, it's an excuse for a little mini vacation, truthfully.
Yeah, you get to shoot a little bit, you get to stay at a nice hotel, have some meals.
Turn it into a nice little trip.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for some trip time.
And the side effect of all this is, and I'm sure guys you can appreciate this, is every time you go to the range and you're handling firearms, you're probably getting a little better with them. You know, she's getting better, you're getting better, and that builds confidence. And that also makes you more comfortable or confident, you know, when you're not home. Like I don't worry too much about Stav being home without me. It's like she can take care of business, you know. So it's a comforting feeling, you know. It's totally.
You don't have to worry as much.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a worrier, so like, you know, it settles fears and feelings knowing that you can handle firearms and defend yourself and defend the kids if they're here and all that. It's like a nice side effect to everything that's going on. And like I said, like you said earlier, like there's so many branches, you know, like tourniquets. Like you can handle major trauma injuries, like if there's a dirt bike injury or a 4-wheeler injury, like you have the gear and the capability.
Like, situations.
So yeah, so it has like, it reaches out into all these different fields that are helpful for life, I think.
I was just going to say something really good and I totally forgot. Hold on.
You'll get it.
Wait, you were talking about feeling safe when I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or that's not just here. When you're out and about, you're carrying a firearm.
I'm trying to think of like other sports or hobbies where you do it for fun, but it also gives you a benefit. Like golf. I don't golf. I've never really golfed except mini golf, and I don't think that counts. But that doesn't give you like a life skill that you can use, right? Whereas shooting,
I guess if you had to hit someone with a golf ball, you would have a better swing.
Yes, but shooting together, you're gaining real life skills that you can use to defend yourself or your family. And another thing is that you can involve your family in this as well. Like, it might not just be us shooting. We might take the boys shooting.
We recently took my parents shooting. So.
Yeah, the parents. I took my mom and dad shooting before. You can make it like a family event where your whole family goes. So it's just another thing you can do as a family as well. And you don't have to have someone who's an expert in order for them to come with you. You can teach them if you are confident and proficient and you know what you're doing and you're staying safe, of course. So you can bring like a newbie with you and they can just learn as they go with you. All right, so now we're gonna get into the do's and don'ts.
Oh, we got them all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is more for the men who are taking ladies to the range. The first do is make sure you're cheering her on and encouraging her. You want to build up her confidence, even like little wins. Have the target pretty close up at first so that she can hit it. Because if she's not hitting the target, she's gonna feel discouraged and she's not gonna wanna continue.
Yeah, and confidence is super important. So if you're doing anything that's going to damage her confidence, like that's bad. Like you want to be very reassuring in the beginning and get them comfortable. It's intimidating for a lot of people. The first time they handle a firearm, even if it's a .22, like it's still, they're still holding a device that kind of controls an explosion in front of their face.
And they've seen movies and things, and they have all these ideas of what it might feel like, and it might. I've taken a lot of women to the range where they tell me ahead of time, I'm really nervous, and that's normal. Yeah,
so go easy, go slow, encourage. Don't do anything hard, you know, and get them enjoying. You want them to enjoy it. That's the only way they're going to want to go again, is if they enjoy it.
Yeah,
they have to enjoy
I love
it.
when we go shooting, and he's always like my cheerleader. He always just encourages me and tells me how great I'm doing. Okay, a don't. Don't show off. I've seen this happen so many times.
It's almost impossible not to, by the way. It's hard for us.
And
you have to make a conscious effort to not do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it though. Like,
when I say don't show off, I don't necessarily mean don't show off your skills. I mean like don't shoot like a desert eagle in front of her and be like, here, now you do it. It's like,
yeah, don't create that environment. That is a first-class ticket to her not going again. And that's so common. Every shooter has a story for some reason about like handing a new shooter a firearm that's way beyond their capability, letting them shoot it, and then ha ha ha, that was funny that hurt your shoulder, or that you almost dropped it, or you were. It's like, don't do any of that.
I've seen that happen so many times.
Don't do that.
Women will tell me a story like, I went shooting with my boyfriend years ago, and he gave me this really big gun, and then it scared me, and I didn't want to shoot again. You don't want her to get scared of it. You want her to get comfortable with it.
And it's going to take a while.
Yeah. So
your learning curve is not her learning curve. They are different. They are very different. Not just man versus women. Like, everything can be all over the place. But if you're already the shooter, you might not remember your own learning curve. And I have no idea what my learning curve was. Like, it was
because you were like in kindergarten when you started.
Yeah, I don't remember learning it, so I don't know. But I've been teaching people for so long that I've been able to see these dramatically long learning curves and these very short learning curves. And it's not necessarily because of male versus female. It's just that you have to be real easy. Don't take them to the next level until they're ready to go to the next level. And I think I've seen that too many times too, because I might be getting to another point, but you have to remember that you're not the same. Like, and just
you are getting to another level.
All right, I'll stop.
Hold on. The next do, which you kind of touched on, is to be patient with her. She might only shoot BB guns the first time you go to the range, or she might only get to a 22 and might not move up in caliber because she's not ready yet, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could watch any YouTube video or anything, and you're going to have someone, I guarantee someone comments on this one about what they should do. You know what you need to do. You know what the gun, you need this gun. You need to carry.
You should do this.
You should only carry a 9mm or more. Like, you should never carry a 3. It's like, if you're carrying a 380, it's way better than a sharp stick. Like, you know, like, don't do that. Like, get them comfortable, get them hopefully carrying firearms at some point if that's comfort, and don't put all these rules in place that are truthfully not necessary.
No.
If someone prefers to carry a 22 or a 380 over a 9mm, and that at least gets them into the world of carrying firearms and gets them shooting more and more, they may graduate to that level. You telling them, no, you need to carry a 9mm today.
And then they just don't carry anything.
There you go. It's like, okay.
Or they carry something that they can't shoot.
They don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be patient. Patient.
Yeah.
Don't force your ideals and your opinions on them. You just let it go. They'll get there. They'll most likely get there, especially if they're interested in it, because they'll start to read and learn. And, you know, right now, someone is probably typing, you need to have this. Tell you what you want. You want to buy your woman a snub-nosed revolver, double action only. That's what she needs. Just go easy. Let them choose their own top. Let them get comfortable with the firearms they like, and just keep on going. And be patient.
The next don't.
Next don't.
The next don't is don't mansplain. I've just heard.
It's not even a good term. It's not a term.
It is though.
Okay.
I've heard so many things, either at the gun shop or at the range, where it's like I don't want to generalize, because so many men at the range are so helpful and patient, and they don't do this. But a lot of men come in.
You don't have to call it mansplaining. You don't have to go.
Then what's another?
You don't have to be super technical, over technical. You don't have to use jargon.
Well, it's also,
like, for instance,
it's not just
bullet versus cartridge. Like, grab that bullet, and they're like, well, it's actually a cartridge. Like, shut up.
But
you know what she's talking about. Like, just continue with what's going on.
Yeah. But I think mansplaining is like explaining something with the assumption that she doesn't know something. So it's like, for example, I went and bought my first shotgun at the gun shop by myself, and a man came in and told me it was too big for me. He doesn't know me.
Oh,
he doesn't know my
we've run into that a whole bunch of times.
Or just being at the range and they assume that I don't know what I'm doing. Like that one time. The fishing, the reel.
It just happened with fishing, yeah.
Anyway, just don't go into a situation with a woman explaining something in a way where you're talking down to her and assuming things about what she may or may not know. That's what that means to me. Do understand that she is physically different from you. She's built differently. Let me see your hand. Look at that. Mac did a video on recoil and how your size affects how you experience recoil. Like, we experience the same gun very differently.
Our bone density is different. Our muscles are different. Even our tendons are built different. The size is different. My mass is different. My upbringing is different. Like playing hockey versus not playing much sports. Like
I went to Greek school.
By the time you become old enough to even shoot, you've probably taken multiple different paths in life.
Yes.
So when you're handling firearms, you have to understand that it's a completely different experience for this person. And usually, like a very, very easy way to just keep this straight in your head is whatever you're shooting, imagine shooting twice the recoil of what you're shooting. That's kind of what your lady
it's like
friend...
our size difference.
Yeah, that's very similar to what she might be feeling. So if you're shooting a 9mm and you're kind of, you know, I've seen this, like, oh, it's just a 9mm. Well, yeah, it's just a 9mm to you, Mr. 185-pound man. Like, it's not just a 9mm to the 107-pound wife or girlfriend. It's a whole different ballgame. There's a lot more different going on there. So you have to understand that whatever you're shooting, if you doubled that recoil, that's very similar to what she might be feeling. So you really have to pay attention to things like that. You know, especially when you're getting up into shotguns and, you know, trap and skeet. There's a lot going on there, you know, and just holding the gun up, the weight of the gun and things like that. Just remember that she is not just a slightly smaller version than you. She's most likely quite a bit different than you. And it's going to take her a little while to get the skill set to handle higher caliber firearms. And I think that's very important to, again, patience.
To understand that.
Yeah, it is. I don't think, I mean, I did that whole video on recoil, and I don't think people get it. Even after they watch it, they don't get it. Like, they'll tell me, you know, no. It's like, all right.
Okay.
Okay. But like, okay, I know I'm wrong. But like, it's not. It's, you know, there's just, you know, there's a lot to it. And
like, we hold the same gun and his hands basically cover the whole thing. And mine are barely hanging on.
Forget about strength. Just, I'm 230 pounds behind the gun. And you're like 110. Like, so there's just the amount of force that's being exerted into my body. It's harder to move 230 pounds than it is to move 110 pounds. So just know that everything's different. Yeah. Everything's different. Be patient. Let them kind of figure out where they're going. Don't force things. One more do.
The last do we have is to return the favor. If she's getting into a hobby that you enjoy and she's showing you that, yes, I want to make you happy by starting to get into this thing with you, return the favor. Maybe she's into puzzling. Oh. Maybe she likes board games. Maybe
these are all... She just engineered this entire video just to get this point across.
Examples.
That's what's happening right now.
Maybe she... I don't know. Maybe she likes to go running.
All right, I'll go running.
That might be. Whatever she's into, return the favor. Start doing a thing that she likes with her. You don't have to puzzle with me. It's okay.
Oh, puzzling.
Do you have anything to say about that?
About puzzles?
No, about returning the favor. Getting into a hobby that she enjoys.
Oh, I think that's absolutely true. You know, but I also want her to enjoy shooting and not just fake it.
No.
To get the return, like, you know, because I think that's gonna be very short-lived.
Yeah.
So, you know, trying different things and getting them to enjoy something about it is important, because if it's false enjoyment, or if it's just because you want me to puzzle so you'll go shooting, then that's going to be short-lived. No, you want to find something that you can both enjoy together and have that be almost effortless. So
it's not puzzling.
It's probably not puzzling.
That's okay. I still love you. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you have anything to add in the comments below. I'm sure you guys will. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye!